You're listening to All in the Industry, an independent podcast dedicated to behind-the-scenes talent in the hospitality industry, hosted and produced by me, Shari Bayer. Since initially launching in 2014, we have broadcast more than 400 episodes, and now we're excited to be on our new platform. To learn more, visit allintheindustry.com. Support for this episode comes from the Institute of Culinary Education, ICE. To learn more, visit ice.edu today. That's ice.edu. Well, hello. Welcome to All in the Industry. I'm your host and producer, Shari Bayer, and this is our 405th episode of this series, which is dedicated to behind-the-scenes talent in the hospitality industry. Today, I have a special on-the-road show from Latin America's 50 Best Restaurants 2024, which took place in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, in late November, and I was thrilled to be there covering this regional celebration for the second time, and I'll share more details in a moment. But first, as I do in every show, I will start out with my PR tip, and then we will have my interviews from the award celebration, including one speed round, and conclude with industry news and my solo dining experience. As the founder of Bayer Public Relations, I'm going to tip the show off with my PR tip of the week. So today's tip is to embrace your culture. Be proud of your heritage and your customs, and don't shy away from incorporating your traditions into your way of life, from your place of work to your social engagements, showing pride in who you are and where you came from. Connecting with our roots can not only lead to a deeper understanding of our history, but a preservation of our values and practices for future generations. The world would be a rather bland place if everything was just the same and cookie cutter. So let's remember to celebrate our cultural identities and share them with others, as life with a variety of perspectives is a beautiful thing. That's my tip today. Okay, so I'm excited about today's On the Road show, which is on Latin America's 50 Best Restaurants 2024, which took place on Tuesday, November 26, 2024, in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And I loved being back in Rio for this award celebration. I had been there last year as well. This is a part of the world's 50 best restaurants, and they have a tendency to do 2 years in a row in the same location. So it was a thrill to be back in Rio. It was my third time in Rio. I had once gone to Carnival, which was super fun. And I also went to Sao Paulo on that trip. So I'm fortunate that I've been to Brazil now several times. It's a wonderful country with beautiful sunsets and fantastic food and drink and culture. And I'm grateful that I got to be a part of this celebration again. So this is the 12th edition of Latin America's 50 Best Restaurants, which initially launched in 2013 to celebrate gastronomy across the region and provide diners around the globe with local insight and culinary recommendations. Since its inception, it has quickly grown to become the premier gastronomic ranking in the continent, with its awards events marking the greatest annual gathering of chefs, restaurateurs, media, and food industry VIPs. This year's rankings span across 13 countries and 22 cities, with a list of creative dining destinations showcasing the spirit and depth of the Latin American region. So as standard with the world's 50 best restaurant celebrations, there was the 50 Best Talks, which took place the day before the gala, and the theme this year was the unique flavors of Latin America. And this took place at the Copacabana Palace Theater. And it had a really wonderful lineup, including Mischa Tsumura, who I speak with later in the show, from Maido, and a chef-wise chef, as well as Eduardo Ortiz and Luana Sabino of Metzi in Sao Paulo, who talked about Brazilian and Mexican fusion, plus Pia Leon of Koya, another chef-wise chef, and Nelson Freitas, the San Pellegrino Young Chef Academy Award winner, who had worked with Pia at Central, along with Virgilio Martinez, and also Mario Castrellon of Maito in Panama City, who I speak with later in the show. So I have a couple interviews from the talks. And the Latin America's 50 Best Restaurants 2024, which is sponsored by San Pellegrino and Aquapana, took place at the Museo Histórico Nacional, a beautiful property and museum. And it included an opening cocktail reception with step and repeats, and then the ceremony, where I've mentioned on this show before, the way they do the awards is they have one awesome host who runs through the whole list. And so it goes pretty fast, and there aren't a lot of speeches. The chefs simply stand up at their seats when their name is called, and everyone claps and cheers, and they're shown on the video screen, and then they move on. And the ceremony was in Portuguese, but it was fairly easy for me to follow along with the countdown from 50 to number 1. And following the awards, there was another reception with fantastic food and drink. And then there was an after party that we went to at another location. That was great. The whole evening was fabulous, and so great to see everyone all dressed up and looking dapper, and celebrate with the chefs, many who I know through my book and have dined at their restaurants, and many who I met that evening and can't wait to go visit their restaurants. So who's on the list? Well, I'll share with you now the top 5. Number 1, Don Julio in Buenos Aires, Argentina. The owner and sommelier is Pablo Rivero, and executive chef is Guido Tasso. I dined there back in 2015, and it was wonderful. The restaurant is known to be the epitome of Argentine dining culture. It's a family-run business for over 25 years, a neighborhood steakhouse on the corner of Palermo, and it has its own farm, serving the best beef cuts, local wine, and authentic Argentinian hospitality. And it's currently number 10 on the world's 50 best list. So big congratulations. Number 2 went to Maido in Lima, Peru. This is Mischa Tsumura's restaurant, which was number 1 on the list last year. Fantastic restaurant. Number 5 on the world's 50 best as well. Number 3 went to El Chato in Bogota, Colombia. This is Alvaro Clavijo's restaurant, number 25 on the world's 50 best. Number 4 went to Koya in Lima, Peru. Again, this is Pia Leon's restaurant, currently number 16 on the world's 50 best. And finally, number 5, Burago in Santiago, Chile, which is Rodolfo Guzman's restaurant, number 29 on the world's 50 best list. Several chef-wise chefs in there and interviews that I have coming up. For the full list, you can go to theworlds50best.com, and congratulations to everyone. Okay, so here's what's coming up. I have 8 interviews and a couple little intros and closing remarks as well that I did at the awards. So first, my conversations are from the 50 Best Talks. I sit down with William Drew, the director of content for 50 Best, who was my guest on episode 358, as well as a part of my Latin America's 50 Best Restaurants 2023 coverage on episode 375. I always enjoy chatting with Will and being a part of the 50 Best celebrations, which his team so wonderfully puts together. Next, I speak with Mario Castrellon of Maito in Panama City, which received the number 14 spot on Latin America's 50 Best Restaurants list and the best restaurant in Panama 2024. And this is Maito, Maito. And the restaurant is known for weaving Panama's gastronomic identity into contemporary perfection. Mario was one of the speakers at the 50 Best Talks. Then we go to the awards celebration. And before the awards announcements, I first speak with Mischa Tsumura of Maido in Lima, Peru, which I mentioned earlier. It's number 1 on the 2023 list and number 2 on the 2024 list for Latin America's 50 best restaurants, and also number 5 on the world's 50 best list, and best restaurant in Peru. And this is Maido, that's Maido. And Mischa was a speaker for the 50 Best Talks. He was also part of my coverage of the 50 Best Restaurants 2023 in Valencia, episode 362. And I shared my solo dining experience at Maido in episode 116. If you want to listen to that, it was an extraordinary experience. And Maido is known for its Amazonian-influenced degustation from its premier Naikia chef, Mischa. And Mischa is also a chef-wise chef. And then at the opening reception, I speak with Thomas Tregot, who has several restaurants in Rio, including Oseille and Toto and TT Burger and CT Boucherie, a few of which I've now visited and had really fantastic meals at. And I'll mention more about that a little later in the show as well. And it was wonderful to see him and celebrate together. We had met last year for the first time. Then I speak with Alvaro Clavijo of El Chato in Bogota, Colombia, currently ranked number 3 on Latin America's 50 best list, and the best restaurant in Colombia. And I have not been there yet. It's on my list to go. He's also currently number 25 on the world's 50 best list. And his restaurant is known for Colombian fare, highlighting the rhythms of the land. Then, following the awards announcements, I speak with Rodolfo Guzman of Barago in Santiago, Chile, number 5 on Latin America's 50 best list, and best restaurant in Chile, and number 29 in the world. And we did a full interview on my episode 356, if you want to listen to that. And it also has my solo dining experience at Barago on that episode. And he's a part of my Latin America's 50 Best Restaurants 2023 coverage. Again, that's episode 375. Barago is known for its beautiful Chilean produce from farm to fork. Loved visiting there and grateful that Rodolfo is also in my Chef-Wise book, and always loved celebrating with him and his team. Then I speak with Rafa Costa y Silva of Oseille in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, number 7 on Latin America's 50 Best Restaurants list and best restaurant in Brazil. And he's currently number 58 on the world's list. And he was also part of my coverage last year of Latin America's 50 Best Restaurants 2023 on episode 375. And his restaurant is known for its intimate chef's table experience, leading the way in Brazil. I was fortunate now to dine there twice, once last year, once this year, and it was exceptional both times. Thank you, Rafa. Finally, the last interview I have is from the press conference with the number 1 restaurant from this year's list and the number 1 in Argentina, Don Julio in Buenos Aires. And I speak with the owner sommelier, Pablo Rivero. This is the only interview coming up where Pablo does not say his name before we start speaking, but it's the last interview and it's a short one, so you should be able to recognize it. Congratulations to the Don Julio team and all of the chefs and restaurants recognized. So very happy for all of you. And thank you to everyone who chatted with me. Without further ado, here are my conversations from Latin America's 50 Best Restaurants 2024 in Rio. Enjoy. Well, hello, William Drew. Will, here we are in Rio. How are you?
I'm very well. Always happy to be in Rio for Latin America's 50 Best Restaurants 2024.
Me too. It's my 3rd time in Rio, 2nd time at Latin America's 50 Best Restaurants in Rio. So Why did you decide to come back this year besides that it's fabulous?
Well, I mean, you said it. Sorry, it's a fabulous place to be. We quite often try to do 2 years in each location for Latin America's 50 best as well as Asia's 50 best restaurants. It means we get a chance to explore further the city and the region, and everyone coming gets to know it even and likes to come back for a second year. 2 years kind of works for us as a model. And yeah, who doesn't want to come to Rio to celebrate, to get together? And today we've been learning about the different diverse cuisines of Latin America and influences on them. There's so much to talk about, there's so much to taste, so much to experience. So it's a great place to do it.
Absolutely. I don't mind taking a direct flight from New York to get here, which is nice. And yes, we're at the 50 Best Talks. So how did the program come together, or you decide the theme for this year?
Good question. We just get together as a team at 50 Best and look at what we think is a theme that's going to pull together a diverse mix of speakers and topics while still having an overarching theme. So the theme is Sabores Únicos de América Latina, which is the unique flavors of Latin America. And we were kind of looking at the history of food in Latin America, which is so interesting with the mix of indigenous peoples and ingredients and foods, mixed with different waves of immigration and different influences across this region, which of course is so diverse in itself as well. So there's so much to talk about, but that is unique in Latin America, in different parts of Latin America. And we were looking as well at how different parts of Latin America have influenced each other. So including Brazil and Mexico coming together in one example for one restaurant that was speaking today. So hopefully a really interesting mix of speakers, and certainly I learned a lot.
I did too. And I don't know if I'm picking up Portuguese at all while I'm here, but maybe by the end I'll know a few more words. And also you have the signature sessions or the collab dinners and lunches going on. Any highlights, anything you've already been to?
I'm sure they're all going to be amazing. I've heard amazing things about some of the collabs that have happened already. We've had 2 or 3 already, and we have 3 more to come, including one tomorrow and a couple on Wednesday evening. But the signature sessions, 50 Best Signature Sessions, are a really great addition that we've added in the last couple of years. And they give the chance for chefs to work together, again, from different parts of the region, to learn from each other. And of course, gives diners the chance to have a taste of those chefs that are coming from different parts of the world and from Latin America that they may not have had a chance to do otherwise. So it's been a really positive addition that people seem to really embrace, and the chefs are embracing it, but also the diners are embracing these unique experiences.
Absolutely. I always think it's a great part of your program. And then tomorrow night, the big awards. So it's a different venue this year than last year.
It's at the Musée Nacional or Histórico Nacional, so the Museum of National History here in Rio. The ceremony is actually going to be outside, in an outside space for the first time. It's covered, just in case it rains, but it will be outside. So it'll have a different flavor, certainly to last year and to previous events. But in Latin America, we always have a great spirit of Latin America chef community and people that love gastronomy in this region. That always comes through. So we are really confident it's going to be a fun and exciting event and revealing the new list of Latin America's 50 best restaurants.
Very exciting. And yeah, in Rio, you got to do al fresco. I mean, why not? So I'm looking forward to it. Last question is, what's something fabulous you've eaten already, or a restaurant you're going to, or what are you excited about with Brazilian food these days?
Well, you and I were lucky enough to go for dinner at an amazing restaurant, Oseille, it moved a couple of years ago, so I hadn't been to its new venue. And much of the produce comes from its own farm, and the freshness of the vegetables that were created in the snacks at the beginning and the freshness in a bite will stay with me for a long time. It was very memorable and a fantastic gastronomic experience.
100%. I agree. I love the presentations too of the different vegetables and learning about so much beautiful, beautiful products. I was lucky to meet Rafa last year and get to dine there and be back at the other end of the bar this time, or chef's counter, and to see you there and be in your company. And the 50 Best was really fabulous. So yes, I agree. Lasai, check it out. And I will let you get to the activities. Thank you and congratulations and enjoy Rio.
Thank you so much. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure to see you and have you join us at these fantastic celebrations.
Thank you. All the best.
I'm Mario Castrellon from Panama City, Panama, and my restaurant is Maito.
Maito, and I have not been to Panama City yet. When did you open?
So we opened around 15 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, been a while.
Yes. And how has the restaurant developed over the years? Has it changed?
Yeah, totally. So from one restaurant, we became like a group of restaurants, which is nowadays after 15 years. And then Maito itself, it's been evolving since day one till today, and hopefully it will go further.
And we're here at Latin America's 50 Best. And you just gave a presentation, which was wonderful, for the 50 Best Talks. So you want to summarize a little bit of what you spoke about?
Sure. So it was about La Chombasia, which is a name that we got inspired or created at the restaurant in Maito. And what we try to explain with this word, it's a type of cuisine, which we define it as a creolization of the Asian Cantonese food in Panama and the Caribbean, which is a mix of the flavors of the Afro-Caribbean with the Asian flavors. That becomes a flavor itself, and we have named it La Chombasia.
Wonderful. And what's the meaning of your restaurant name?
That's my dad's nickname.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
Yeah.
And what's your menu like at your restaurant?
So nowadays we're going on this Chombasia philosophy. So you'll find we have always used and very supportive on the local ingredients and using Panamanian ingredients the most. We do a lot of farm to table as well. And we go over or create new recipes around what was on the old books, recipe books in Panama to what it's become in Panama right now. It's good to say that Panama is pretty new on the gastronomy map somehow, and there's a lot of new generations coming out and trying to explain and talk about Panamanian food. So we do Panamanian food, a lot of seafood involved into it, and right now on the frequency of Chombasia.
Nice, because I was just about to ask with Panamanian food, if I'm visiting, what would you say is something, oh, you have to have this?
So there's a lot, but for sure, as the most Panamanian, we got this dish, which is like a fried bread. We call it a hojaldra. It's common usually on the breakfast, but you can eat it the whole day. And usually it goes like with a topping. So that's called one-on-one on the Caribbean side. So that will be like one good Panamanian dish.
Okay, I need to come visit. And congratulations for being here, being part of 50 Best. What are you looking forward to most with the celebrations, the awards, the dinners, just being in Rio? Have you been here a lot, or is this your first time?
Well, this is my second time. Last year, the 50 was here in Rio, so no, actually third time. But anyways, just looking forward. Always happy being on the list of the 50 Best. I think it's a very touristic food guide, which helps a lot of countries, not only Latin America, but in the world, to expose gastronomy and food and make that tourism that it's always more than welcome at our restaurants.
Yes, I was here last year for the awards as well, and my third time in Rio, so maybe third time's the charm. But congratulations, wonderful to meet you. I will see you tomorrow night, and enjoy Rio. For all you aspiring chefs, bakers, and food entrepreneurs out there, have you considered taking your passion to the next level? Maybe you dream of opening your own restaurant, becoming a pastry chef extraordinaire, or even a sommelier. Whatever your culinary aspiration, the Institute of Culinary Education, ICE, can help you turn it into reality. At its campuses in New York City and Los Angeles, ICE offers fast-track programs in a variety of areas, from culinary arts to pastry and baking, to restaurant management, hospitality management, and even sommelier training. And you can graduate in as little as 8 months. Did you know that some of the top-name chefs and industry professionals that you've met right here on All in the Industry are ICE graduates? That's right. Stars like Gail Simmons, Andrew Ridgie, and Missy Robbins all hone their craft at ICE. Ready to pursue your dreams and find your culinary voice? Visit ice.edu today. That's ice.edu. Well, hello, I'm Shari Bayer, host and producer of All in the Industry, coming to you live from Latin America's 50 Best Restaurants 2024 in Rio de Janeiro. I'm here at the opening reception for the awards, getting ready for the ceremony, and I'm going to catch a couple chefs while I'm here, so stay tuned, and thanks as always for being part of All in the Industry. Hi, Mischa, how are you?
Very good, very good, very good. Happy to be here.
Happy to be here too. Congratulations. You've had quite a year. We're here at Latin America's 50 Best Restaurants, and you are coming off being the #1 spot. How's this year been?
Great as all the years, I think, but I think this year has been amazing also because of our 15th anniversary. We became 15 years this year.
Congratulations. That's amazing. How are you celebrating?
Well, we did a menu from March until the end. We're going to do it until the end of the year, taking 15 dishes from each year and redesigning them, with, some of our techniques now. So we inspired the new menu in the dishes that were the greatest hits of the 15 years.
Well, I remember dining at Maido. It was 2016. And it was phenomenal. And I need to come back, but that's amazing. And congratulations. I mean, being the #1 on Latin America's 50 Best. What has it meant for you?
First of all, I'm very grateful for all the people that, believe in our job, that give us their love. First of all, thank you for that, because you cannot get there if people don't vote for you. So basically, I'm very grateful, very happy, and I feel the responsibility to keep on doing, a good job, to keep on helping, to keep on working in the industry, to make not only Peru better, Peruvian cuisine better, but Latin America cuisine better, I'm more well known in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's so well deserved.
Yeah, because one thing is that's true is that when you are in the #1 spot, you get a spotlight.
Yeah.
So you have to do stuff, to help the industry, to help your continent, to help your country. And I think that's one of the responsibilities that you have, and you gotta take care of that.
Yes, well, you're phenomenal. I love your restaurant. I was able to go to your restaurant in Santiago last year.
Yes. They just got in the 100.
I saw that. Congratulations.
Canadian spot, yeah. They just got in this year.
Yeah, no, I was very excited to see that. It was at the W Hotel, right?
Right, yes, yes.
Yeah, I was staying there and I had a fantastic lunch there. So congratulations. I hope to get back to Lima and celebrate more with you.
Waiting for you.
Thank you. Well, congratulations. Enjoy tonight. And thank you also for being a part of my Chef Wise book. It's a true honor.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
I'm Troisgros, and I own Oseille restaurants, my fine dining. I got Toto, it's open a year ago, and now Chicholata, which is a bar. And also got burger joints called TT Burger.
Well, congratulations. I was here last year and we met. I went to Toto, and then on this trip I just hit. It's CT.
Boucherie.
You say that better than me.
Boucherie it's a butcher in French. It's a steakhouse.
Yeah, it was fabulous. I was just telling you, I had the best steak tartare ever. It was so delicious.
It's the French way of doing tartare, so we don't reinvent, but we do it the traditional way and the simple way to make it.
Yeah, well, it was wonderful. I want to hit all your restaurants if there was more time. But what does this mean to have Latin America's 50 Best here again for the second year in a row?
Well, this year I opened my fine dining, so I got to get my friends there. And the cool thing about having the 50 Best again here in Rio, it's good for the city. And also we get to meet new chefs that I haven't met last year or the other years. and also all the exchange, talking about new businesses and new ideas.
Yeah, fabulous. Next time I'll have to hit your fine dining. Remember, it's just about to open. And yeah, congratulations on everything. What are you looking forward to most tonight?
Looking forward to seeing my friends come up and get higher on the ranking, meet new restaurants, and see who's doing their best.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much. So nice to see you and have fun.
Thanks. Nice to see you too, and have fun too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm the head chef of restaurant Chato in Bogota, Colombia, and my name is Alvaro Clavijo.
Well, it's nice to see you. I saw you in Dubai, and now here we are in Rio for Latin America's 50 best restaurants. What are you looking forward to most tonight?
Well, I mean, big expectations from a lot of people because last year I did number 2 in the list. So a lot of expectations to like maybe even number 1. But I mean, I'm just happy that I'm here, you know, like we're winners. So imagine how many restaurants are in like Latin America and being chosen between the 50 best of Latin America. It's amazing. I'm very, very excited about it.
100%. Being on the list, being here, but being number 2, I mean, that's incredible. And we'll see what happens tonight. Whatever happens, you're a winner. For people who haven't been to your restaurant, what type of cuisine are you doing?
So our main goal is to work only with Colombian ingredients. And we have a restaurant that is divided into floors. Second floor is only tasting menu. We do around 20 people. And the third for 40 people, and we do a la carte. So it's like different. So you can choose a la carte or a tasting menu. And we only focus on like Colombian ingredients, but not from one region. It's from all Colombia. So we take from the north, from the Pacific, from the Amazon, and the center of the city, of the country. So it's like a mix of all Colombian ingredients under one roof.
I have to come. We were talking about that a little last night because I haven't been to Bogota, to Colombia.
Yeah, hopefully, I mean, if you have time, as we'll be talking in a couple of weeks, it will be amazing to come and to show people what we do there. It's very exciting, you know, because travel like this kind of customers that we get in this restaurant, it's people that they really enjoy and travel for this kind of food. So it's a very nice experience to see and taste, of course.
Yeah, well, I can't wait to come. It's so great to see you. Do you want to play a quick speed round?
What is that?
I'm going to name a couple of things and you get to pick your preference, such as chocolate or vanilla.
Let's do it.
Fun, a little, nothing to do with this event. Okay.
Fun.
Okay, so eat in or eat out?
Eat out.
Okay. Wine, beer, cocktail, mocktail, or champagne?
Mocktail.
Indoor dining or al fresco dining?
Wow, depends on the weather inside.
I know it's a little hot here. Yeah. It does depend on the weather. It's a tricky one. How about tasting menu or a la carte?
A la carte.
Small plates or large plates?
Small.
Communal table or chef's counter?
Chef's counter.
Tipping or all-inclusive charge? It's a little more of a U.S. one.
All inclusive. Yeah. No. But I mean, it all depends. But yeah, inclusive is fun. Depends on the situation. But yeah.
How about some Brazilian dishes? We got acai, some pão de queijo. Do you have a favorite Brazilian dish?
No doubt, pão de queijo. Pão de queijo, I mean, we have something similar in Colombia, but the one they make here in Brazil, it's outstanding. It's amazing.
Yes. Okay. 3 more. Cooking for your chef friends or having your chef friends cook for you?
My friends cooking for me. It's fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cheese plate or dessert?
Dessert. I'm a super sweet guy.
And last one is Rio or Bogota?
Bogota.
All right, that's the game. I'm going to let you go. Congratulations. I can't wait to see what happens tonight.
Yeah, very excited.
And it's so nice to see you again and be here with you.
Very happy to see you. Very happy.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye. We just finished up the reception. We're about to go in and see who the winners are. So stay tuned. And thank you as always for being part of All in the Industry. Hi, Rodolfo Guzman. How are you?
So excited to be here. First of anything, you know, this is the best thing to ever happen to a Chilean restaurant like us, you know.
Yes, well, I'm so happy for you. We just wrapped up the ceremony and you are number
Cinco.
Number 5.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Never expected, you know. Wow, that's wow. Back into something interesting, you know. I'm pretty sure the boys are very excited than they, you know, and Chileans also. I'm pretty sure back home everyone's salivating with us and super excited, super excited.
Well, I'm super excited for you. You're fantastic. I can't wait to get back to Santiago. How are you going to celebrate?
I don't know. We have a big tradition in the kitchen. We got a party in the kitchen. So everyone in the kitchen celebrating like a proper party, you know, and lots of beers, lots of great food, inside out, you know, just team. I think that's what we're going to do right away.
Yeah, well, so well deserved. Have fun, and I appreciate you so much. So
thank you so
congratulations.
much. Thank you so much, Shari. Excited.
Enjoy. Bye. Hello, Chef Rafa. Congratulations. Latin America's 50 Best, number 7. That's amazing. How do you feel?
I feel awesome. I mean, I never expect to be here holding this best restaurant in Brazil, number 7 in Latin America. I never expect that. Like, so happy for the crew, so happy for the team, so happy for everybody that vote on us. You know, that's what I was saying. Like, for us to be in that list, to be number 7, to be the best in Brazil, it's not just a matter of being good. All the restaurants are good. It's just a matter also to be loved by the people to vote for you. They have to like your restaurant and they have to like you, like the project, like the ideal. And that makes me so happy. We a restaurant that we opened in 2014. We went to the list in 2015. And then from then to now, it's just we go step by step. We don't rush. We just go step by step and on an organic way. We don't have somebody that invite people to come to our restaurant. When I want to invite somebody, I go and I invite. It's just organic. That makes
I know that.
Yeah, I know. That makes me even so much happier. You know, that people just like us. Just, it's so good. It's so much more worth. You know, it's so much more, makes you so much more happy. And then to get this prize in my city, the best city in the world, and it's just amazing. I mean, just talking to the mayor now, who is the responsible for bringing this thing to here. And I told him, now we have to do the 50 best world here, and the best city in the world. So yeah, that's it. Just so happy for the crew. The first message I got on my phone was from my family and from my crew. So that's just represents us.
Wow, congratulations. It's amazing. I mean, best restaurant in Brazil, being so high on the list, just being on the list, just being here, right?
Just being remembered, like just being between the 100, like I was telling the other people, like just thinking about that in that list, just from Brazil. I'm not talking about the other countries, just from Brazil. We have Manu Bufara, we have Alex Atala, we have Casa do Porco. We have so many good people, like so many good people. Like, why us?
Because you're phenomenal. I've now dined at your restaurant twice. I'm very lucky, extremely lucky. I mean, I don't know how many people can say that. And both times have been phenomenal. And you and your team have taken such amazing care of me and all the guests, and your food is sensational. You deserve to be recognized. So I'm all on board for this best in Brazil, and being on the Latin America's 50 best list is number 7 this year, and kudos to you.
Up in the stairs.
Well, I'll be back wherever it is next year. I don't know if they'll do 3 in Rio. I don't think they will, but
so. No, I don't think they can. But we can do world still.
Yeah, wherever. I mean, you deserve all the recognition, in my opinion. So congratulations. How are you going to celebrate?
Working.
No, go toast with your team.
No, yeah, probably we're going to celebrate. Didn't think about yet because we never expect that. So we still have to plan something. But I don't know, like just enjoying. Like we usually in the end of the year, we always make a end of the year party, and we go to the garden that we have up in the mountains, and usually all the crew goes, and then we just make a big barbecue of meat, vegetables. We visit the garden, we stay by the swimming pool. It's probably going to be the celebration.
Well, enjoy. Congratulations. So good to see you, and thank you so much. Really, thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, number 1 on Latin America's 50 best list. How do you feel?
I feel so happy. Thank you very much. I feel so happy. I feel so happy for all my team, for all the staff, and for all the Argentine people. In this difficult moment, we have something for be happy.
Yeah, well, I've been once. I need to come back and visit. How are you going to celebrate?
And now with all the colleagues and the friends and the after party, and early in the morning go back to Argentina for celebrate with my team.
Well, congratulations. So nice to meet you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. And that's a wrap from Latin America's 50 Best Restaurants 2024. I'm your host and producer, Shari Bayer, signing off from Rio. We are heading to the after party. Congratulations to all the chefs. I can't wait to visit all your restaurants or come back, and thrilled to be a part of this celebration. So thank you, 50 Best, and thanks as always for being a part of all the industry. Cheers. Let's go party in Rio.
Welcome back to All in the Industry. I'm your host and producer, Shari Bayer, and this is my special On the Road show from Latin America's 50 Best Restaurants 2024, which took place at the end of November 2024 in Rio de Janeiro. I hope you enjoyed my interviews. Thank you to 50 Best for having me, and congratulations to all the chefs and everyone involved. Quite a spectacular couple days in Rio, beautiful Rio. I loved being there and appreciate you all. So thank you. For the full list, again, you can go to theworlds50best.com and on social media at theworlds50best, and their hashtag is LATAM50best. Okay, so for industry news, first, a little announcement about the Food and Wine Classic in Aspen. It is returning this June from June 20th to 22nd with an all-star program for its 42nd year. Tickets have gone on sale this week starting on January 22nd, and the lineup looks amazing. It includes Padma Lakshmi, Ayesha Curry, Kristen Kish, Tyler Florence, Carla Hall, Stephanie Izard, Manit Chauhan, Martin Yan, Andrew Zimmern, and more. I always love this event. I've been to the Classic many times and covered it on this show. It's really the creme de la creme of food and wine festivals. If you want to check out my most recent coverage of the Classic, it's from last year. It's episode 398, and it's in the archives. It was great to be a part of the festival and do interviews right in the middle of the grand tasting tent with people including Food and Wine's editor-in-chief, Hunter Lewis. So I say, if you can get to Aspen, go. You won't be disappointed. It's an extraordinary festival in the mountains, and Aspen is one of my happy places. So to find out more and to purchase tickets, you can go to classic.foodandwine.com. Okay. Also for industry news, I wanted to share about a couple of recent losses in our industry. Legendary chef Andre Solter of New York's Lutece passed away at age 92. And famed chef Charles Fan of Slanted Door in San Francisco passed away as well at age 62. I'm very saddened by both of these losses. Both of these chefs made a big impact in our industry, each in their own way, and they will be greatly missed. My sincerest condolences to both chefs' families, friends, and teams. Rest in peace. Okay, it's time for my solo dining experience. So this week, it's at Oseille. Here's the rundown. The location, first island called Ilha Primeira, in Barra de Juca, Rio de Janeiro. The concept, a dive into the flavors of the sea. The chef, Geronimo Azul. So why'd I go? Well, I was in Rio, and I love seafood, and I love an adventure, and I love al fresco dining. All good reasons to visit this restaurant. So my experience. So I made a reservation for an early dinner. Oseille actually has two locations. There's one in Leblon neighborhood, which is easier to get to and closer to where I was staying. But I did not go to this location because The other location is a bit more, I guess, exotic. So it's on an island. And to get there, I took a little boat ride. They pick people up at the docks and bring them to these restaurants or bars or houses on the water. So I got on the little boat. It was about a 10-minute ride. We dropped some people off along the way. And then I arrived at the restaurant, which is right on the water. It's mostly al fresco. It's a beautiful outdoor setting. And the only issue I had was mosquitoes. I got eaten alive pretty fast as soon as I sat down. And they do a bug repellent on the tables because they know that the mosquitoes are hungry for people visiting as well. I was a little late and I did get a lot of bites, to the point that I decided to finish my meal indoors, even though I enjoyed most of it outside. So if you go to this restaurant, let me warn you, put on bug spray before you go. I had a terrific time despite the mosquito situation. The food was delicious. The hospitality was wonderful. And it's, I'd say, a destination worth seeking. So what did I get? I got the crudo de peche, which is a raw aged fish with ajo blanco. I also got pão de camarão, which was shrimp garlic bread on coals. It was wonderful. And I also got the fish empanado crocante, which is a crispy breaded fish with creamy lemon rice, confit grape tomatoes, and roasted garlic. And of course, I also got dessert because why not when in Rio? I got bolo de coco, which is coconut cake baked in a wood-fired oven with lemongrass, creme anglaise, Argentine dulce de leche, and Malden salt. And I had double espresso, and during my meal, I had agua con gas. So my take, really fantastic, fresh seafood, love the crudo, highly recommend getting that, as well as the shrimp toast. It was definitely delicious. The fish also was wonderful, and the cake, delicious. The ambiance. So it's a beautiful outdoor casual setting on the water. It's like an elevated clam shack. It's nice. It's got umbrellas that they could put up to shade from the sun, but the sun was setting when I was there. And it's wood tables and chairs and open sky. And then it has a casual indoor dining room. And they also have this very cool fish display in the dining room. I'd say it's perfect for solo or a date. Interesting tidbit, the restaurant has won knife from the Best Chef Awards and was previously number 96 on Latin America's 50 Best Restaurants list in 2023. Personal fun fact, I'll tell you where else I dined in Rio. I went to Oro, which I'd been to once before many years ago. I went to their lunch, which was a tasting menu. The chef there is Felipe Bronze. They have 2 Michelin stars. That was excellent. As I mentioned earlier, I went to Oseille for the second time. This is Rafa Costa y Silva's restaurant, also 2 Michelin stars, also a tasting menu, also excellent. And as I previously mentioned, I went to Thomas Turgot's City Boucherie, which is his steakhouse concept, and I got this amazing steak tartare, and I also had dessert there. And I also went to his burger place, TT Burger, which was near my hotel, and that was great. And last time I was in Rio, I got to go to his restaurant, Toto, which was amazing. So I'm making my way through his restaurant list. Another night, I went to Yaya Camadaria Pop Brasileira, which is a Brazilian restaurant with African influences, and that was great. The chef there is Adressa Cabral, and I had really nice hospitality. I also checked out Spicy Fish and Cervantes Barra y Copacabana. I had some acai on the beach, as well as acai valata. And I also went to a couple bars. I went to Mesa Bar, Liz Cocktails & Co. There was a party at Elena Orto, which I think is more of a restaurant than a bar, but it has both. And some samba at Academos do Salgueiro, and I apologize on my pronunciation here. Touristy wise, I had been to Sugarloaf Mountain, so this time I went to Christ the Redeemer, which is probably the number one tourist spot. I finally got there at my third visit to Rio, and the beaches. I mean, Ipanema Beach, just beautiful. And I love that people go to the beach to watch the sunset, not just the tourists, the locals too. It's wonderful. I'm a beach girl. So the cost of my meal at Oseille was 300 Brazilian real. That includes a service fee, and in US, the total is about $50. Would I go back? Yes, I would, but bug sprayed to the max next time. Their website is oseille.com.br and Instagram is at oseille.rio, and Oseille is OCYA. So there you go. That's our show on Latin America's 50 Best Restaurants 2024 from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Thank you so much to Latin America's 50 Best team and the world's 50 Best for having me. And big congratulations to all of the chefs and restaurants and everyone involved in this amazing production. I'm grateful to have been a part of this celebration. To find out more, you can go to theworlds50best.com and follow on social at theworlds50best and hashtag LATAM50best. You can follow me at Shari Bayer, at Bayer PR, and at All Industry. My YouTube channel and Facebook page are all in the industry. You can find all of our new episodes and all of our archive shows at allintheindustry.com. You can also listen wherever you find your podcasts, from Apple Podcasts to Spotify. And if you get a chance, please leave us a rating or review. It will help more people find our show. You can also check out my other websites, BayerPublicRelations.com and ShariBayer.com. And my book, Chefwise, Life Lessons from Leading Chefs Around the World by Fiden, which many of the chefs you heard from today are a part of. And it is available wherever books are sold. Thanks again to the Institute of Culinary Education, ICE, for their support of this episode. To learn more, visit ice.edu today. Many thanks to my engineer, Armin. I'm your host and producer, Shari Bayer. I will be back soon with a new show. I hope you'll tune in then. And thank you as always for being part of All in the Industry. Bye. All in the Industry is an independent podcast hosted and produced by Shari Bayer. Follow us on Instagram at All Industry and on our Facebook page and YouTube channel, All in the Industry. Subscribe to our show wherever you listen to your podcasts so you don't miss any new episodes. To learn more, visit allintheindustry.com.